Ew, the side of this sugar jar. There's like all fat on it from when we cooked burgers last night. Just flash wipe that. God, this is really hard. I just poured that without filming it. One-handed. God damn it. Do you like these shaky left-handed shots, by the way? It's quite difficult to do. Obviously, I'd probably cover the microphone half the time. Morning, Graham. You liking it in there, are you? Ignoring your igloo? God damn it, girl. The news. What's that with the ice in the car today, boys? Might as well just let it warm up out of its own accord as well a little bit. Put that on full. Put that on. Put that on. Put that on. Put radio on. Hey. And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Daily Video. Darren, how's it going today? Today, we're trying to make this vlog interesting for two reasons. Firstly, because it potentially could be, like, videos are likely to start getting a little bit more stunted now. There's a chance I may fall behind on daily vlogs over Christmas. I'm going to try my best not to, but there's a chance. So this could be the last one that you see for a while. So I'm trying to make it a little bit more interesting for that reason. But otherwise, we are also have surpassed day 1970, which means we have less than 30 days to go before day 2000. At which point, I am strongly considering cutting down from daily videos to weekly videos instead. Weekly, like, roundup videos. For a number of reasons, really, but we'll talk about that later. Because I've got to go to work, ladies and gentlemen. This is half the problem, isn't it? Why is the fucking windscreen always wet? None of the other windows are.
Who owned the park where he was found. When the tribes told the Army Corps that he...
And ladies and gentlemen, we are home and I'm trying to take my bloody key off and I can't do it. Today I have been working on refactoring / fixing an integration test which is like 500 lines long and has 1,000,001 asserts in it. That seems to simulate like a month's worth of computing on a certain set of data. And I'm going through it, but like it's initially set up, it sets something up perfectly, and then it sets a field on that thing from what it's supposed to be a valid answer to null, and then it goes through. Because of a bug fix I've done, that data is now invalid. Like, it will fail validation because it's important information, it needs to be on there. So I've been trying to figure out a way of making it valid, but yet also keep this test meaningful in some way, i.e. like just trying to manipulate the data on it a little bit to pass it through this test to make it work. And after, I was doing this yesterday as well, after 2 days of solid work of like trying to trace back logs, trying to like figure out what's setting what to where, I've basically come to the conclusion that this test is worthless, and it should just be removed. So literally decided this, like, as I was locking up, I'm like, you know what, fuck this, tomorrow, this is gone. It's such a meaningless test. Like, it's because it set that value to null that it even gets through stuff. And it can't be null, because validation stops it at every bloody point. And if you set it to validate, if you make it valid, something else entirely happens. So, it's invalid in my book. And that's what I've been going on today. It's been ridiculously infuriating, running through all this code, trying to debug it, trying to figure out what's going on, why, and if it's supposed to be like that. It's not been the best day, to be honest with you. Lunchtime, it was good because like I was talking to, like, it's really chilled. It's chilled, but for the wrong reasons it works. Because obviously everyone's like a bit bored. But we're chilled and we're just like chatting and stuff, talking about things, trying to help each other. I spent like quite a bit of time trying to help Tom fixed a couple of problems with some code that he was writing. And yeah, lunchtime I was figuring out how I'm going to represent test results coming back now. I currently have an object that's similar to the object I had last time, but last time the tests, if an infinite loop would happen and they would time out, I would actually get results back that said like this failed because it timed out. Now I don't have that, I just kill the process. So I have to re-architect my results a little bit to make that a little bit better, so that I can see if it timed out or why and all that kind of stuff. So I've like redesigned my DTOs, and I've basically got to work on that, refactoring all of that and stuff. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But let's get back to the pressing point of this video. Essentially, for the past about 100 days or so, I guess, probably since I left university, probably during university, I've kind of come to the point that I think the net gain. Right. Okay. Now I had 3 New Year's resolutions. The first one, get a job. Did that pretty well. Probably twice as well as I should have done. Secondly, was get my project shippable so that I could, in theory, give it to a company to use. I'm gonna miss that one just because I decided to .NET Core it, and I hit a number of problems. I mean, I think if you take out the 6 weeks problem I've had doing this current thing, I'll be fine. So I think by the end of February I'll hit that, but not by the thinginess. Third was make the vlogs more worthwhile. So this time last year, I got into my head that the vlogs were starting to lose value to me. And the sense is that I upload videos every day, and I struggle to write a description, I struggle to think of a title, because nothing's happening. Nothing exciting is happening in a video. Because usually it's a case of, oh, I've got this, I go to work every day, do something at work, can't really tell you the details of what I do at work for reasons, contractual reasons. I then come home and I do things on my own projects, because I'm boring and I just develop things now. And I like developing things, but the thing is, no daily vlogger that you watch has a lifestyle that I live anymore. And I used to do these daily vlogs so that I would have fun, and so that I would not sit and watch and play Xbox for 4 hours when I come home from school. Fuck me. That's how long I've been doing this shit. Firstly, I created my main channel because I just enjoyed making videos. I decided I liked doing it and I started doing it on there. I then decided, after watching someone else talk about it on their daily vlogging channel, that it would be really useful if I had a log of things that I could look back on and enjoy in the future. And/or, it's quite a good way of making you do stuff. So instead of coming home from school, I finish my homework and then I just play Xbox, I have to make a video every day. I have to go out and do something to make my life interesting. Because in theory, after 3 days of doing nothing but homework and playing Xbox, I'll get bored of saying that in a video and then force myself to go and do something interesting. That was the original theory. However, now, what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, I don't think is uninteresting. I'm proud of myself that I've managed to sit and churn out so much stuff, that I've sat and done so much programming. And that's what I want to do with my time. If I didn't have a full-time job, I would do this full-time. I would sit and I would develop my code full-time. That would be what I'd do. But that doesn't make an interesting video. And because of the fact that I don't have something else full-time, I can't just take a break. Because I have a full-time job, I can't just take a break from the thing I want to be doing to do something fun for a video and something a little bit different or whatever. So therefore, what I essentially have is a day of me going to work, come back, tell you some really bland stuff about work, and then I do what I want to do, because I've been at work all day, which is program more code. I know, it's sad. And sometimes we do other things as well. But program more code, which I can't particularly tell you details about at this precise moment in time. And who's getting any value out of that? I'm not getting the original value out of it anymore. I don't particularly think the videos are interesting. I know that a couple of people watch them on a day-to-day basis, and I feel kind of guilty for kind of taking that away. But I don't think particularly the videos are worth watching. I don't watch them back anymore. I can't remember the last time I watched a semi-recent video back. And not ones from just landmark days or something. Oops, a daisy. Steady on. Knocking stuff over. And I've basically been thinking this for a while, and I've had a couple of pushes to try and make the videos more interesting, to try and get more worth out of them, and I just haven't been able to do that. Like, the closest I've been able to do to things like that is by doing a video like I have done today, and that doesn't give me any value. I think the video is more interesting and more, I like the idea of watching it, like that kind of like fast-paced style. I like that, but I don't get any value from that. And again, it's only good because I don't do it very often. If I did that every day, it'd be really boring, wouldn't it? The question is, why haven't I stopped? I've mentioned stopping doing daily vlogs for a while. I mentioned it at some point when I was in my last full-time, when I was still at university, and I was like, right, okay, no, what I'll do, it's boring because I've got a full-time job, it's difficult while I was on my internship. I try my best to keep it as interesting as possible. When I go back to university, like, I'll get to the end of university, graduate, and then I'll reassess the situation. Got to the end of that, reassessed it. Obviously I had some interesting thing with my over-exceeding job stuff, and carried it on. Why am I carrying it on? Because it's a habit. At the end of the day, I can say to someone, I have more or less 2,000 days made a video and put it online. That, I'm proud of that. And there becomes something addictive to pushing that number up. And I don't like the idea of stopping, because then I can't continue to push the number up, because it stops. Like, that's it. As soon as I miss a day, or 2, or 3, that's it. I can't just come back and say, day 2005. The reason I haven't stopped is because I've been pushing for landmarks. I've been pushing for milestones. But now, what milestones do I have to go? I spoke about this to Laura yesterday, this morning. And I really like the idea of having daily vlogs from A-levels, through university, through working a job, starting my own company, etc. That would be so fucking dope. But on a day-to-day, like, I'm churning out a lot of shit that isn't interesting just for that positive. So, I think, and it's been suggested before, that the way to go about this is to drop down to doing like a video a week. Or a video a week, and then if I have one really interesting day that used to make a really big daily vlog, then that would become a daily video. But then I would go back to weekly. Say I go on holiday, we do loads of interesting stuff on holiday, those interesting things become daily, otherwise there's a week one. And while on a day-to-day basis, like, in theory there's a net gain there, because no longer am I editing every day or spending an hour or so rendering certain hour videos every day. I maybe come home, empty my camera, get it all in, like cut out crap that I don't want, and then move on and wait till the end of the week, or do it all in one big bulk at the end of the week. You see what I mean? You also have the advantage, in theory, of me going, oh, I'm having this problem on Monday, Friday I've solved it. Instead of a couple of days of me being like, oh, I'm still stuck on this problem, I've got nothing else to tell you because I'm working on this problem. You kind of get around that. So, in short, I think there are potential gains of going back down to one video a week of sorts. It'll still be the same style, it'll still be me like talking, it'll just be less up to date. It'll be a bit out of date. That's all, because it'll be at most a week old unless I fall behind. And maybe I go down to that format, maybe I really love it and I carry that on, and that's great. Or I decide, oh, a week's a little bit too long, let's go 3 days. I don't know. But staying within the structure of a daily vlog, you don't have that kind of flexibility to experiment. And I think that's what I need. And if I come to the end of it and it'd be like, well, it's not working, then I just stop and I just put up a random video every now and again, I do something interesting. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, I probably get the most value. The only problem with this mentality is, still like, you make a video every day, I've got to vlog every day. Forcing yourself to vlog when you don't have to put up a video is a lot harder than forcing yourself to vlog when you've got to put up a video every day. So there's a chance that I just kind of go, well, we're not doing anything interesting today, I'm not going to vlog anything. Or I haven't vlogged all day, so I'm not going to do a summary. All that kind of stuff. So it's going to be weird, it's going to be difficult to get used to. I think it makes sense. And I think 2,000 is a pretty good milestone. I mean, after 2,000, what is there? There's 2,250, there's new jobs, which then I can't tell you about in a way, starting my own company, marriage, families, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, you know what I mean? But they're so far ahead in the future, all of those things are so far ahead in the future, at least a year apart, at the very least. You know? But on a daily level, that's really tedious. But on a weekly level, that's not that tedious. Like, enough things happen in a week to make a weekly video, surely. That's my theory. So, it's with regret, but I am intending to get to day 2,000 and then step down to weekly videos. And then we'll see what happens from there, is what I'm saying. So, Merry Christmas. Oh man. But yeah, that's what's been going through my head, and it's just been so infuriating. Okay, no, here's another thing, right? Someone said to me, like, why do you not make videos on the main channel anymore? And I'm like, I just don't have time. And they were like, oh, you always have time if you want to do things, you've just got to work harder. I'm like, you cheeky little shit. Like, I work so fucking hard. And the reason I don't have time is because I choose not to have time. Because the things that I do instead, like, maybe way back then, I really enjoyed doing this. This was the most fun thing I did on a day-to-day basis, or on a weekly basis, making videos for the main channel. It was the most fun thing I did. And then it became less and less fun, more and more hard work. And not that I don't enjoy doing it, because I do enjoy the daily, like, back and forth, or back in the day, like doing a video and like writing it and doing all this kind of stuff. I really enjoy doing that. But I prefer to spend, in that case, I prefer to spend 6 hours that I would spend doing that, maybe more, doing 6 hours of programming. And I feel like doing that steals from that. I don't want to steal from that. And by the same extent to the imagination, if I'm not enjoying this, I can convert this and amount of time. I've sat talking to you for about 15 minutes now. I've got home half an hour, 45 minutes ago, sorted out a video, rendered it, get it online. Haven't done the video description. No, I have done the video description yet, because it was super small. That's 45 minutes that I could be programming. You see what I mean? So, and I know that's sad. So I'm hoping that the weekly video maybe is like infrequent enough for me to want to spend time to make it good, but infrequent enough to not get in the way of doing the things that I want to do, and then maybe I can steal away the 45 minutes I've just spent talking to you now, or the half hour I spend talking to you at night. I can steal that away for either sleep or programming, and then I can steal more time away at the weekend and do more interesting things then, and vlog that. I don't know. But I feel like 2000 is coming up to an end, and I'm aware that this is pretty abrupt. Also, it's like, this isn't about this at all, but this is also a factor. These are my analytics, right? So 765,000 views, 3,600 subscribers, views and whatnot here. Subscribers, I know YouTube's having some glitches at the moment, but this has been on a negative. Over the past 28 days, I've lost 26 subscribers. The average view per video struggles to get over 40. Over 50, sorry. Oh, I don't want to edit that. See, so 30, 62, 44, 166, 61, 195, ironically on a video called Finally Giving Up, so I'm assuming those people came because they thought I was finally stopping. I potentially think if I was still doing daily vlogs, and even if I wasn't getting as much value on a day-to-day basis, if they were growing still, then I would put up with that, because they don't take up that much, like, they take up chunks of time, but not like a big block of time. And the thing that took up a big block of time was the thing that got culled the fastest. Okay. But that's not happening. So maybe. So like that's a decline. It's obviously people are busy. I'm busy. I used to watch Hat Films every day. Used to watch their video every day. Used to love it. I don't have time to do that anymore. I don't expect people who watch my videos to have the time to sit through the shit that I put out just for the odd day that I think is good. So maybe it's better just to put up the compilation so people can keep up with everything, and then just the days that I think are good. Or the compilations which heavily feature the day that I think is good, and then have like the edges for me, for memory's sake. You know? So yeah, I think if that was still gaining, if I was like, because it went through a stage when I was at also, there's another thing. The majority of my viewers come from the fact that I daily vlogged university, that I made university-related videos, which is of interest. Now, which I assume is half the reason this has dropped off, is because I'm not that person anymore. I don't make videos about university. If you have a question about university, the chances are I've already answered it somewhere. Like, find that. Not that I don't like answering questions, but like, there's no point watching these videos to learn anything. Like, I don't know, there's nothing to... you see what I'm trying to say? People are gaining less from my videos, and I'm gaining less from them. So maybe we should shimmy them up so that maybe I can gain some more, and then maybe in the process, that's a bit of an experiment, but maybe in the process, more people can gain from them. Because it's once a week, they have time to watch. And then maybe they like watching, but they just don't have the time. Because I churn out so much shit, and normally it's not worth it. You know? So that's been going in my head. I'm thirsty, because I've been talking for so long. But that's what I've been thinking. I'm letting you in on it 30 days in advance, or 29 days in advance. But day 2000, I'm going to close daily vlogs and start going weekly. Yeah, weekly. So yeah, hopefully, like, that isn't... Hopefully you don't mind. Hopefully you don't mind too much. But yeah, there's no reason why maybe you go down to weekly and then shit starts getting really interesting. And then, like I say, like, it goes once every 2 days, once every 3 days, once every 2 days, every day again, like all of a sudden. But I doubt that's going to happen. I doubt that. I think if I can chunk up videos, periods of time, into 10-minute videos, then that's good. Yeah, hopefully you agree. Let me know what you think. I mean, the advantage of me telling you now, rather than just being like, lol, deal with that, bruh, is that we have 30 days to figure it out. Because the people that watch this, especially this long on, are going to be the people who watch the most anyway. So they're going to be the people who have the most opinion, and an opinion that I care about actively care about. Like, every now and again I'll get a video that says, I love watching these videos, but I don't know. Clearly every day 40 people watch the video or get pulled in from somewhere, whether they subscribe or not. But like, I don't know that. Maybe if I put up one video a week, there'd be more interaction. Maybe there'd be less, because it's less, like, current. Who knows? I don't know. We're going to find out, though. But yeah, we've got 30 days to figure it out. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, Laura is leaving work at past, apparently, so I have myself about 45-minute block of time where I can do some programming while I wait for Laura to come home. And then we've got a busy night tonight, because we've got to, like, Laura wants to start packing. I don't necessarily want to start packing. I just dropped my fucking Surface Pen. Well, that was one hell of a catch, though. Look at that beast. What has actually happened there? Oh, look, there's a little thread. That's deliberate. Safety feature. Yeah, Laura wants to do that. We're also planning on going to the gym. We don't need to do clothes wash or anything. And there's something else Laura wants to do that I consider counting myself out on. I'm planning basically on getting as much done today and then sacrificing tomorrow so that I can do things like set up the car and all that crap, sort Graham out, etc. But Laura wants to get half them jobs done today, but she gets to bed way before me, so that'll be why. Right, okay, I am going to be refactoring my test results object so that I'm able to store as much information as possible and actually like log the information I'm keeping, because at the moment I kind of have a test results for the entire solution, but if I have something timing out, I don't get the results back for that project, which kind of like skews, like it confuses things a little bit more than it would if I have a problem, I have to kill the process, then I get 0 results back. So if you have 600 tests and then suddenly you only get 300 results back, it's like, huh? So I kind of want a way of showing, like, we had a timeout here. This is what the problem was with this instance. So I need to refactor around to do that kind of shit. Bruh! I'm going to do that by creating, so I've got test results and I'm thinking of test details object. I think that sounds clear. Or test run details. What shall I call it? There's only 2 things in computer science that are difficult, and one of them is naming things. You know, Jake Ward, I'm sorry about the pause there if you're watching there, Jake, I do apologise. There we go, that's not too bad. He literally, today, 22nd, yeah, just released a video saying he's taking a break from daily vlogs as well. He's someone who watched my videos and, like, I kind of talked him into doing daily vlogs. Him and Jonathan Stewart talked him into doing daily vlogs. Jonathan Stewart stopped quite quickly. Jake kept it up for a while. Well, kept it up quite consistently, although he kept falling behind and then having to catch up. And you can tell from experience, if you fall behind and have to keep catching up, then it's going to wobble eventually. But yeah, I find it weird, for those of you who watch both of our channels, how much we sync up a bit. I don't watch every video for the time reasons, as I've previously stated. But, like, whenever I seem to talk about something, we seem to talk about it, like, in the same time frame. Like, previously I talked about, like, potentially stopping. I think he talked about it at the same time. And, like, I literally talked about it now. He's just released a video about it. It's like a really weird, like, sync-up we have. I also think... oh, wait, have I lost him again? No, here he is. Wait, hang on, let me just triple-check this fact. When he isn't behind... no. No, never mind, it's not really a fact. It's quite difficult to tell because he kept falling behind and then having to catch up and stuff. But I was just trying to look at, like, figures and stuff to see if there was some kind of correlation between... obviously I can't see his analytics either. Some kind of correlation between the figures that I'm seeing and the figures that he's seeing. Because in theory, at university, that was when I started to, like, boom and take over to boom. When I got, like, 150 video views a day, on average. But he kept falling behind, which is why he's stopping in a way. So, I just think it's weird how we talk about things. We seem to mention things at the same kind of time. And we have other things. He bought a Fiat Punto. I had a Fiat Punto, different style. We both have the same watch. I think that's fucking weird. Anyway, I just thought I'd say, like, we didn't collude before we started. He uploaded that 3 hours ago, so technically I could have watched that and then said all this myself. No, because I mentioned it this morning. We didn't collude. We just happened to think it at the same time. So, anyway, back to work. Laura's not. She hasn't texted me to say she's left yet. So, oh no, she has. My phone is just on silent. She's on a bus. I'm not cooking dinner preemptively. We've got Roman pasta tonight, which is very delicious. So, wait for her to come back and then we can cook, and then we'll see if we have time for things later. Because we're supposed to be going. Did I say we were supposed to go to the gym tonight? Don't think we've got time. I don't think we're going to have time, particularly. But we'll see. You never know. And ladies and gentlemen, it's time for bed. I'm feeling a cold coming along, which isn't great. We did not go to the gym. We decided that we were a little bit too busy. Laura's doing stuff for work, and I wasn't particularly too busy, but I'm not bothered about going. Particularly, I don't mind. Whatever, we'll pick it up after Christmas. But anyway, Laura came back and we did dinner, which was Roman pasta, as I said, delicious. Laura sat over there and did some work. As you can see, here's the books. There's my laptop. I chilled and watched TV for a bit, basically. We're watching The Crown, which is good. I'm enjoying that. And then just otherwise generic crap on TV, just trying to chill out for a little bit, to be honest with you. But what we did do was we did a tiny little bit of packing. We've packed Christmas presents into this box. So in here, there's presents for everyone. Mine are in there, Laura's in there. Parents and whatnot are all in there. It's all going on there. What else? There's something else we did. I've forgotten what it was. Got Graham out. Oh, we vac packed some bedding, which was supposed to go in that box, but it's now just under the bed. Because we did a bedding wash the other day, and that bedding wash gets vac packed, so we vac packed it. Not very exciting, is it? Otherwise though, ladies and gentlemen, I stayed up a little bit longer to do some programming. I spent the last hour or so, I can't really be bothered. At this point, I've lost the will a little bit. But I have managed to, what have I managed to do? I've managed to finish reshaping all of my DTOs and got them all sorted. I've got one test failing because I've taken it off. I've taken something off of a DAO, and DTO. I don't mean DAO. What's DAO? I think DAO is data access object, which is like a Hibernate thing. DTO is a data transfer object, which is just used to store and transfer data across the system. Yeah, so I've restructured all my DTOs. I've got one test failing because the test runner is now not supposed to return test results. It's supposed to return test run details. So yeah, I'll be doing that. I need to restructure the test runner the way that it passes the results back so that it returns the correct results now. Instead of returning the test results, it creates test run details and then populates the information on that instead with test results. But yeah, so I need to do that. And I also have a to-do list of other things that I need to do as well. I have a little notepad of stuff. I love these notepads. These are my bread and butter. I've got all to-do lists and rough notes and stuff in here, and I literally, it's like my Bible. I also have a more neat one, which I have things like my logo in and the company colours and shit like that, long things that I need to keep a note of for a long period of time. This is more quick scrap stuff. What else do I need to do? I've got a list of things. There was a thing on the to-do list just there that I showed you. I need to figure out a way of testing how I'm waiting for the results to come back. I need to get the default timeout from the app settings rather than currently just a minute hard-coded. And then, I figured out how, I've done the last one there. Hey, I figured out how to report test timeouts because I've restructured my DTOs. So there's that. I need to do a little bit of work around how to figure out, how to test and how to figure out when something's timed out. I know how to do it, I just got to figure out how long to wait, basically. I need to, I've done that. Oh, I can't write on a chair, can I? Once I've got all of that sorted, I then should be able to, if I want to, remove the X unit and internal test runners. I've done that one as well, that's good, yeah. So I can remove the test runners that I tried to make work previously. I don't know whether I want to do that because they are kind of useful. I don't know. You know what I mean? I think I might just keep them. It depends how messy I think it makes it. Because I still have an MS Build compiler, even though I don't have an MS Build compiler. It doesn't particularly matter because it's mine. I then need to go through and update the compilation details to revert back because I no longer need information that I wanted previously pushing through. I don't need that anymore, so I can get rid of it if I want to. Again, that's just assuming I'm getting rid of those test runners. And I'm doing something to do with changing the way the .NET Core compiler runs as well, so that you use .NET Build instead of Publish, and the way that I'm handling results back, because at the moment it's a try-pass that does things by reference, and that doesn't necessarily make sense now that I'm using a details object rather than a results object. But that's by the by. Details that are running around in my head and aren't necessarily all that interesting. But yeah, that's the plan. The problem is, moving forward, there's obviously going to be not much time for me to do that kind of stuff, because it's Christmas, basically. This week I've already worked my 12 hours. I say my 12 hours, my target was 7.5 hours a week. 10 hours a week programming, 7.5 hours a week on this project, and I do 12 hours on this project, and it's only fucking Thursday. So on a normal week I'd fly ahead and get like 20 hours, because I've been so good at working this week. But this week isn't a normal week. This video may be one of the last videos you see in a while. There may be a gap in uploads, all that kind of stuff, I don't know. I'm going to try my best. But basically tomorrow we are prepping to go to people's houses for Christmas. I am sorting out the car, sorting out a load of stuff. On Saturday we're leaving really early in the morning. So, like, that's what I mean, like the Friday video will be uploaded from Nottingham. Oh, I didn't do the command line thing. Okay, I may have to investigate that quicker than I thought. Like, it'll be fun. I can just hack some people's internet, it's no problem. If I can upload a 3 gig video. But yeah, so that's what's going on in the world. Thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. It's been very rambly. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you understand what I'm chatting. If you're still here with me, well done. Right, I'm going to head off to bed. I'm going to get, if I can, some Olbus oil. Because I'm feeling very coldy. I'm feeling very block nosy. Not coldy, but like, I keep, you know when you like keep having to swallow because your nose is blocked. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. And it feels like your nose is running even though it's not. I hate that. Anyway. I'll catch you later.